Just imagine unlocking secrets hidden for centuries, revealing a glimpse into the future like never before. Well, in today's video, we will do the same, exploring the mysteries of the ages and exploring the possibility of a 2024 rapture. Let's uncover the truth behind one of the most intriguing phenomena in human history. The rapture is an end-time event believed by some Christians, particularly American evangelicals. It involves the resurrection of all deceased Christian believers and their joining with living believers to meet Jesus in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air. The term originates from the First Epistle to the Thessalonians in the Bible, using the Greek word harpazo, meaning to snatch away or to seize. The belief in the rapture is part of dispensational premillennialism, a form of futurism that sees certain biblical prophecies as unfulfilled and awaiting future occurrences. While not a part of historic Christianity, the concept gained prominence in the 1830s and is often associated with fundamentalist theologians in the United States. There are differing viewpoints on the timing of the rapture and its relation to Christ's second coming. Pre-tribulationism, the most widely held view, posits that the rapture will occur before 7 years of tribulation, followed by Christ's return and the 1,000-year messianic kingdom. This theory emerged from John Nelson Darby's analysis of Bible translations, 1833. However, there are disputations within evangelicalism, with some advocating for a post-tribulation rapture occurring after the tribulation period. Purpose does the rapture? God's redemptive plan aims to restore what was lost in Adam and to reinstate the proper functioning of his rule in creation through humanity's vice-regency, living in proper relation to him. This restoration involves much more than can be summarized here. The resurrection of believers, as taught by Paul in Romans 8:18-23, is integral to this restoration process. In the context of the rapture, it plays a role in this restoration process. By taking believers to be with Christ, the rapture contributes to the fulfillment of God's plan to restore humanity to its rightful place in creation, free from the effects of sin and death. Moreover, Scripture teaches that before the establishment of the Messianic kingdom at Christ's return, God will pour out his wrath upon the world that opposes his rule. The Church, however, is promised a reprieve from this wrath, and the rapture serves as how believers are protected from the divine judgment that will befall the unbelieving world. Views of rapture. Theologians hold various views regarding the rapture's timing about the events surrounding the end times. Three primary perspectives include pre-tribulationism, post-tribulationism, and wrath. One is pre-tribulationism, which means raptured before the tribulation. The pre-tribulation view posits that God will rapture the church before the final 7 years of this age, often referred to as the 70th week of Daniel, or the tribulation. According to this view, God's wrath characterizes the entire period. It distinguishes between the rapture of the church and Christ's return to earth to establish his reign. Next is post-tribulationism, meaning raptured at the end of the age. Post-tribulationism teaches that the church will be raptured at the very end of the age, coinciding with Christ's return to establish his reign. The church is caught up to meet the Lord in the air and promptly returns to earth with him. Lastly, pre-wrath, meaning raptured before God's final wrath. Pre-wrath theology asserts that God's wrath is unleashed in the final 3.5 years before the end of the age, following the commencement of the last persecution by the antichrist. In this view, the church is raptured just before God's wrath is poured out. It shares a distinction between the rapture and the final coming to earth with pre-tribulationism, but differs in the timing of God's wrath, placing it later in the timeline. Signs of Rapture 2024. Many end-time signs appear these days, signifying rapture is near and will happen in 2024. One such is the arrival of the Antichrist. In the current state of the world, we are witnessing a growing destabilization of nations, which aligns with biblical prophecies about the rise of the Antichrist during a time of global turmoil. Despite governments and political systems promising solutions to the world's problems, they often fall short. The Antichrist will exploit humanity's desire for peace and prosperity, offering deceptive solutions and gaining widespread admiration. However, as believers, we should rely on the teachings of the Bible rather than placing our hope in worldly leaders. Luke 21:25. Additionally, there is an increase in natural disasters, as foretold in Matthew 24. We can see rising frequencies of earthquakes, famines, and incurable diseases, which serve as signs of the approaching tribulation period. While believers will be spared from experiencing these events firsthand, it is crucial to recognize the signs and prepare spiritually for the future. Moreover, conflicts and tensions persist worldwide, leading to wars and rumors of wars, as Jesus described in Matthew 24. The Bible predicts that the Antichrist will emerge during a time of wars, exacerbating the chaos and offering false solutions. Christians need to remain discerning and not be swayed by deceptive promises. Currently, Israel faces the threat of full-scale war, surrounded by rockets from various neighboring countries. This situation underscores the urgency of remaining rooted in the teachings of the Bible and staying watchful. Believers must recognize that hope and salvation rest in Jesus Christ, finding peace and security in their faith amidst worldly turmoil. Another is the Endtime prophecy by the Chinese president. Chinese President Xi Jinping's recent pronouncements have reverberated worldwide, capturing attention with their forceful language, symbolism, and allusions to biblical passages. His rhetoric, reminiscent of Revelation 16:12-13, which discusses the drying up of the Euphrates River and the emergence of impure spirits resembling frogs, hints at apocalyptic themes. This shift in discourse sheds light on China's evolving foreign policy and military posture. While the nation traditionally prioritized economic growth and diplomacy, recent actions signal a more assertive global stance. Examples include veiled threats towards Australia, warnings regarding Taiwan, and even threats to intercept a U.S. envoy's plane visiting Taiwan. Xi's exhortations to brace for stormy seas underscore the gravity of anticipated challenges, prompting scrutiny of China's intentions. Concurrently, efforts to bolster China's national security apparatus and capabilities, encompassing risk surveillance, security education, and fortification of data and AI security, indicate a strategic recalibration. Emphasizing China's formidable military prowess, Xi's boasts of possessing the world's largest army fuel speculation about the nation's potential role in future conflicts. References to biblical passages like Revelation 16 raise eyebrows as they depict a climactic battle, drawing parallels with China's armed forces. Delving into Revelation's prophetic insights, such as Revelation 9:13-16, unveils descriptions of a vast army of 200 million soldiers emerging from the east, evoking imagery of an unprecedented historic battlefield. While it's imperative not to overinterpret these statements, they signal a heightened sense of urgency within China's leadership amidst multifaceted challenges. The fusion of assertive rhetoric, biblical allusions, and directives for national security and military preparedness underscores the shifting contours of China's foreign policy landscape. Also, there are scary sounds that appear. The recent proliferation of strange noises heard globally has sparked widespread intrigue and concern. Videos circulating on platforms like YouTube depict individuals in diverse locations, from Arizona to England and Manitoba, expressing apprehension over eerie sounds reminiscent of a science fiction thriller. Investigators are diligently attempting to unravel this peculiar enigma, as videos from disparate locales reveal a recurring and inexplicable noise. Reports of similar phenomena have emerged even in areas close to home, such as Dee Creek. In one video, an individual speculates about potential sightings upon venturing further into the source of the sound, adding layers of mystery to the phenomenon. The pervasive curiosity surrounding the origin of these noises has ignited a flurry of questions and conjectures among the populace. Amidst these unsettling occurrences, reflections turn to eschatological themes and the anticipated return of Jesus Christ. In Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the towering Christ the Redeemer statue commands attention as a prominent tourist attraction, symbolizing the hope and faith of millions worldwide. In Christian theology, the Ascension of Jesus, as recounted in Acts 1, foretells his departure from earth with the promise of a triumphant return. This event, heralded by angels, will be a momentous occasion characterized by divine power and glory, heralding the establishment of Christ's kingdom on earth. The second coming of Jesus holds profound significance in Christian doctrine, representing a time of reckoning for humanity. The second coming portends judgment and upheaval for those who have strayed from righteousness. However, it heralds an era of peace and fulfillment for the faithful and virtuous. Scripture assures that those who remain steadfast in their faith, guided by the Holy Spirit and untainted by deception, will be spared from punishment and inherit the promised land. They will flourish and propagate goodness, securing salvation for future generations. Amid the anticipation of Christ's return and the theological contemplation of eschatological events, the mystery of the strange noises persists. Speculations abound, ranging from spiritual warfare to natural phenomena, while some posit that human fear and uncertainty may amplify the perceived significance of these occurrences. Amid these uncertainties, one thing remains steadfast: the unwavering faith of believers, anchored in the hope of Christ's imminent return and the promise of redemption. As the world grapples with enigmatic phenomena and theological contemplations, the unwavering conviction in the ultimate triumph of divine purpose provides solace and reassurance to the faithful. Then there is the appearance of UFO. The events of January 28, 2011 marked a remarkable occurrence in Israel, as an unidentified flying object, UFO, captured the attention of onlookers. An individual witnessed an extraordinary sight in the sky, a cluster of lights resembling a ball of light hovering above Jerusalem. Promptly recognizing the anomaly, the observer documented the phenomenon with a camera, capturing the UFO's descent towards the rooftops before abruptly ascending at a staggering speed, akin to the velocity of light itself. Notably, this event unfolded directly over Jerusalem, precisely atop the Dome of the Rock, a site of profound significance for adherents of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism alike. The Dome of the Rock, situated on the revered Temple Mount, has been the backdrop for numerous pivotal events in religious history, spanning from Abraham's biblical sacrifice to Jesus' confrontation with money changers. Remarkably, the sighting of UFOs over Jerusalem appears to be a recurring phenomenon, with reports of similar encounters emerging sporadically over the years. City residents have witnessed strange flying objects regularly, perplexing observers and prompting speculation about the mysterious activities unfolding in the skies above. Adding to the intrigue, in 2022, a U.S. drone captured footage of a peculiar flying object resembling a metallic sphere in the Middle East, further fueling curiosity about extraterrestrial phenomena in the region. However, the enigma surrounding these UFO sightings is compounded by the difficulty in capturing clear footage of the phenomena. Despite efforts to document these occurrences, videos often turn out blurry or inconclusive, leaving many questions unanswered. Moreover, the lack of identifiable individuals behind the camera filming these events has raised skepticism and speculation. The absence of concrete information about the witnesses behind these videos casts doubt on the authenticity and veracity of the sightings, prompting scrutiny and debate among skeptics and enthusiasts alike. Various theories and speculations are emerging to explain the peculiar events. One prevailing theory suggests that a single individual may be behind all the recorded videos, casting doubt on their authenticity. However, the absence of any eyewitnesses other than those who recorded the videos raises suspicions about the true nature of the sightings. The Dome of the Rock, situated atop Jerusalem's Temple Mount, is a highly visited and revered site, attracting numerous tourists and visitors interested in religious history. Despite the bustling crowds that frequent the area, no other witnesses have come forward to corroborate the sightings captured on video. This discrepancy adds an additional layer of mystery to the situation, leaving many questions unanswered. Furthermore, inconsistencies in the videos themselves have led to further skepticism. In one instance, a woman mentioned that the brightness of the light hurt her eyes, yet the light did not appear to reflect on the golden dome below it. This discrepancy raises suspicions of potential tampering or manipulation, suggesting that the UFO light may have been added to the video using computer-generated effects, rather than being an authentic phenomenon. Debates surrounding the authenticity of the UFO videos have ensued, with proponents and skeptics presenting arguments for and against their veracity. However, simply believing in the videos without compelling evidence is insufficient in the realm of science. Critics argue that a more thorough examination of the available evidence is necessary to determine the true nature of the sightings, emphasizing the importance of aligning explanations with all known facts. Upon closer scrutiny of the videos capturing the supposed UFO over Jerusalem, skeptics and experts alike point out significant inconsistencies that cast doubt on the authenticity of the sightings. One notable discrepancy is the disproportionate size of the alleged alien aircraft about the iconic Dome of the Rock. The UFO appears to be only around 15 feet long, raising questions about the credibility of a spacecraft that purportedly traversed the entire universe to make its appearance. Experts, including Robert Schieffer, a researcher with extensive knowledge of UFOs, have confidently declared the videos as fake. Schieffer highlights how computer tricks and special effects manipulated the footage. The simulated shaking of the camera, evident along the edges of the video, indicates post-production alterations using sophisticated computer software. This revelation raises concerns about the legitimacy of the footage, as it suggests intentional manipulation to create a more convincing visual narrative. The questionable journey from the camera to YouTube further diminishes the credibility of the videos. Alterations of this nature, involving skilled editing and computer-generated effects, allow tricksters to create seemingly authentic scenarios. Using such techniques calls into question the reliability of the footage and challenges the initial claims of witnessing an otherworldly event. Since the emergence of these videos, passionate debates have unfolded, with fervent UFO believers staunchly defending their authenticity. However, skeptics argue that more convincing evidence is needed to support these claims. The situation has turned into a contentious debate where conflicting perspectives persist and no definitive proof has been presented. Adding an ironic twist to the scenario is the location of the purported UFO sighting, Jerusalem. In this city, many UFO enthusiasts often rely on faith rather than concrete evidence to support their beliefs. Lastly, the arrival of fake Messiah. The absence of explicit references to an eschatological Messiah in the Old Testament has intrigued modern scholars who believe that Israelite messianic beliefs evolved from their king-centric ideals. As historical kings fell short of expectations, these ideals shifted toward future expectations. In Mark 13:22, the Bible warns of fake leaders and false prophets in the last days who will use tricks and fake miracles to deceive even the most faithful. These imposters, including the false prophet, will pretend to be prophets, Christs, or spiritual authorities. The Bible emphasizes the importance of being watchful of these deceptive figures by providing clues about their characteristics and actions. In contemporary Israel, there are stories of individuals credited with performing miracles, and one such figure is Yanuka Rav Yehuda. Yanuka Rav Yehuda's qualities align with those associated with the false prophet in the Bible. Growing up as a Jewish person, he displayed remarkable proficiency in the Torah, the Talmud, and various Jewish texts, astounding many with his wisdom and knowledge. His deep understanding of Jewish teachings, rare at his age, has led some to speculate that there might be something supernatural about him. This parallels the biblical narrative where Jesus, despite not being considered a scholar, astounded many with his teachings. Yanuka Rav Yehuda's exceptional knowledge has garnered admiration from respected Jewish rabbis and individuals in Israel. A YouTube channel dedicated to Yanuka Rav Yehuda describes him as a unique and special soul sent to illuminate the world. Notably, references to a verse from the book of Job, Job 22:28, suggest that many have experienced salvation through Yanuka Rav Yehuda's blessings and the power of his Torah, witnessing miracles surpassing ordinary forces of nature. Yanuka is known for performing miraculous events, leaving many in awe. These extraordinary miracles have almost elevated Yanuka to a divine status in the eyes of some. However, a notable aspect is that those who share their miracle stories credit Yanuka rather than explicitly mentioning God, raising questions about his identity and the significance of his actions. One compelling story involves a seriously ill, wheelchair-bound man who, after meeting Yanuka, experienced a miraculous transformation. He began walking again, eschewing further medical attention. Another man facing imprisonment experienced an unexpected turn of events after encountering Yanuka. Yanuka's words somehow led to his release, precisely as foretold, just before the Sabbath. While not defying the laws of nature, this miraculous occurrence unfolded exactly as Yanuka had predicted. In another astonishing account, a person met Yanuka, who prophesied that the man would meet his soulmate that very day. Remarkably, the man indeed encountered the love of his life that day and later married her, fulfilling Yanuka's prophecy. There is also the tale of an individual affected by malignant tumors. Following a conversation with Yanuka, during which Yanuka simply stated that the tumors would disappear, the tumors miraculously vanished, aligning perfectly with Yanuka's prediction. Lastly, there is the story of a man scheduled for surgery the following day. After meeting with Yanuka, he received assurance of healing. Astonishingly, the surgery became unnecessary, and the man experienced healing as Yanuka had assured him. These incredible stories leave people in awe and wonder. What adds to the intrigue is that the credit for the miracles is solely attributed to Yanuka, with no mention of God in all of these accounts. This unique aspect raises further questions and discussions about Yanuka and his role in these events. In light of these phenomena, it's interesting to consider the biblical narrative, particularly in Revelation 13:11-17, which foretells the arrival of a significant figure known as the false prophet. These verses describe the authority of the false prophet and how he persuades people to worship another powerful figure known as the first beast. There's even mention of a wound on the first beast's head being healed, potentially relating to the actions of the false prophet. Revelation 13:13 describes the false prophet performing incredible signs and wonders, including calling down fire from heaven in front of people, leading to widespread deception. Additionally, the false prophet instructs people to create an image of the first beast, which comes to life, further adding to the allure of his deceit. Revelation 16:13-14 mentions unclean spirits or demons emerging from the mouths of the beast, the dragon, and the false prophet, performing signs and gathering leaders for the epic war of Armageddon. The consequences for their deceitful signs and those who follow them are dire, as Revelation 19:20 prophesies their capture and ultimate punishment in the lake of fire. While it is not claimed that Yanuka Rav Yehuda, also known as the Yanuka, is the actual false prophet mentioned in the Bible, his actions and growing popularity exhibit characteristics reminiscent of the figure described in Revelation. The widespread recognition, display of similar traits, and performance of miracles while giving no credit to God align with the description of the false prophet in biblical prophecy. So what do you think of the new proof that Rapture is here? Comment below and subscribe for more.